I love Kenneth Oppel's writing. He's one of those writers that makes me forget I'm reading and makes me think I'm watching a really good movie or listening to someone tell a compelling story. I'm not a fast reader, but Oppel's books pull me in. If you've ever been in Central Branch and asked me for a recommendation, there's a good chance I've recommended Boundless, his book about the world's largest train, or Silverwing, his trilogy about the tiny bat. In his 2018 book, Inkling, Kenneth Oppel has done it again. What started out as a fun story about an ink blot come to life becomes a heartening tale of healing that touches on sacrifice and slavery. There's a good chance you've had a pet, maybe a dog or a cat, maybe a hamster or a fish. And it's nice to create a special bond with that pet. Time spent together playing or napping. Of course, pets can have a mind of their own and sometimes do things you don't want them to do. Or maybe you've had a secret pet that your mom or dad didn't know you'd snuck into the house. Like, I tried that with a few frogs and even a snake when I was a kid. Mom and Dad were not happy. But imagine if one day you woke up and discovered a new life form, and it was made of liquid ink. Inkling by Kenneth Oppel is the story of an ink blot come to life, and the boy who becomes friends with it. Born from his dad's sketchbook, Inkling causes wonder, laughter, and havoc in Ethan's life. While devouring the BFG, Inkling starts conversing like the characters from the book. He learns from whatever he eats. Comic books make him grumpy and misbehave. When he devours classics like Anne of Green Gables and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, his communication becomes more formal and stilted. Oppel creates plot twist after plot twist, and I only saw a few coming. The illustrations by Sidney Smith are a nice addition. At 256 pages, this is a fast read. This book is full of surprises and rolls to a satisfying conclusion. It's moving on to my recommended reading list. Our craft to go along with this book, Inkling by Kenneth Oppel, is to make a quill pen. So here I've got a turkey feather that a friend gave me. A good time to get it is right after Thanksgiving, if you know anybody that's got a turkey that they're going to cook up. And they got the feathers. They're nice and big, and the quills, the central portion is good size, good to hold as a pen. You'll want to cut the tip of the feather off, the bottom tip, and you'll want to cut it at a 45 or somewhere between a 45 and a 30 degree angle, similar to what you'd see on a highlighter. And then you want to take a utility knife or a sharp knife, tiny scissors if you've got them, or maybe something out of a nail cutting kit, and you'll want to slice up, cut a slit up the nib on the long side of it, and that will allow capillary action to take over when you dip it in your ink, or in this case we used food coloring because we had some available. You want to clean out the inside with, say, a paper clip, maybe a Q-tip, something else long and narrow that you can get in there. Clean that out. And then you're set to go. You want to dip your quill in your medium, whether it's ink or food coloring, whatever you're going to use. Swirl it around in there, and then so that the ink can draw up, and then you want to tap it out so that any extra falls off. Now, the frustrating part of using an old quill pen is you have to dip it often, which is why when people invented ballpoint pens and the like, they were thrilled because they didn't have to keep dipping and they didn't have to worry about their ink drying out so much. Now we just have to worry about keeping the caps on them or having them explode in our pockets. And there you go. That's how you make a quill pen. Something fancy might be a good present for the holiday season.